are you, babe? Oh, I just wanted to come in and say good evening to the Chamber and all their friends who are at the annual dinner, and welcome to CB Hannigans. Now, I know that probably everybody in the audience has been here before, but this is the place that locals like to say is everybody knows your name. My name's Judy Peterson, and when I moved here in 1990, I didn't know a soul in Los Gatos. And even if you don't know anybody, you're going to feel comfortable because they're going to make you feel comfortable. And while there are lots of people that work at Hannegans over the years and even now, the people who really make it happen are Johnny Hannegan and Chris Benson, and they're the reason we're here tonight to honor the Business Persons of the Year. So I'm here with two of the most popular guys in Los Gatos, Johnny Hannegan, Chris Benson, the owners of CB Hannigans. Where do you think that name came from? But a lot of people may want to know, after 36 years, did you really think you'd still be here doing this after all this time?
You can feel that one, Chris.
It's like the Ripley's maneuver. Believe it or not, we're still here. No, in wildest stretch of our imagination, we didn't think we'd still be here. But you know, like my partner Johnny says, it's never easy having this much fun. You know?
But it's been a lot of fun over the last 36 years. It's been a good time, I got to say. Yeah.
Do you guys ever fight?
Not too much, I don't think. We tried not to. I think we've been in pretty good friendship for the last 36 years, and even longer than that, I hope.
What is your favorite thing about your bar?
I think the most important part about it is the fact that it attracts all kinds of people. Whether you're a plumber or a carpenter or the head of a corporation, you're all welcome as long as you act appropriately. So I think it's a good mixture here in town, and the fact that everybody's invited. You know, kids come down and have pizza, the wives come by, and obviously the men come out and have their cocktails as well.
That's one of the really kind of interesting things, is there is a diversity of people, and you guys just seem to make everybody feel welcome.
Well, I got that from my mom. She's born and raised on a ranch in New Mexico, and did nothing but cook and entertain folks to make them feel warm and comfortable, and doesn't know how to cook for less than 25 people at a time. And so it kind of grew from there.
You know, that's one of the interesting things, though, is that your mom works here, your son works here. This is not only a community place,
He's the head
a
chef.
family place.
Yeah, my mom's 93 years on the planet and still drives herself to work every Friday. Still lights up a room better than anybody I know.
Oh, we're going to meet her in a little while. And she is,
And my son...
she's something else.
Yeah, she is.
Hi, Sal.
My son Max was born a month after we opened the restaurant last May of 1980. And he's got some skills, that guy. And he runs the kitchen for us now. And it's become a really, the food has ebbs and flows, but for the most part, it's all really good food with a lot on the plate and not a lot of tinsel. And Max does a hell of a job.
You know, I know there's got to be a lot of stories coming out of this place, and some of them probably can't be told.
I'm sure that's true.
But what would be something that just is the funniest thing that you think happened here over the years? Can you remember anything
I
like
can't think of
that?
anything funny, but as we're doing this show here, you have the Minister of Agriculture from Ireland sitting downstairs doing an Irish thing here. The thing is, we have a lot of people from all over coming here, so it's been a nice place for everybody to kind of meet and have fun. People from town and people from out of town. It's been a nice blend.
Well, you know, now that's another thing. This place is famous for an annual event on St. Patrick's Day, and you can come and you eat all day long. I've been known to go home and come back.
That's what the smart money does.
But that whole thing evolved into almost a monster event.
Well, the place has been good because of the fact that more people want to come than the place can hold. So we've gone to the streets and done that. Our town father's been pretty good on allowing us to make the party bigger and more fun for people from all over the world to come. We usually have the mayor of Dublin, Ireland here the week before. We have a lot of other people come from all over the United States. And so it's been a real fun thing to add that with our local people. It's been a good thing.
And you know, I know one thing that Chris is going to be doing soon. He's going to be cooking Thanksgiving luncheon at the Los Gatos Recreation Center, and it's every year for the senior citizens. And it's what you would call a full tilt.
All the trimmings.
Yeah.
Full tilt turkey. The great thing is, you know, I tap all my purveyors, and everybody donates what applies in each area, and then my guys get up at the crack of dawn and we cook enough food for about 200 senior citizens. And it's one of those glorious things you get to do when you're born and raised and have a business in the same town, and it makes you feel good, you know.
You guys do a lot of that stuff, though. I mean,
It's like taking care of your family. So what would you do for your family and your friends? Whatever they need help, you should be there. Whatever it needs to be done, that's part of what a restaurant in town should be. It's kind of a local spot for all walks of life. And I got to put it in too, as we're talking, Chris and I are talking, it takes a lot of people to run this restaurant, and we couldn't have done it with all the help of our friends, our brothers, our sisters. We have about anywhere from 45 to 52 people here each month, and they're the ones who really help us do the job together. So it's important to have good staff. And we've had a lot of them for 15, 20, 30 years. Even we've had a few good customers too. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Johnny. You know, I've always been curious, and we're always talking about other things when we see each other, but what do you do when you're not here and you get a day or two off to relax? Do you just veg, or what?
Well, one of the great things about our business is, you know, a lot of the volume occurs over, you know, the latter part of the week and the weekends. You know, those are traditionally your busier parts of the day when the bulk of the population gets to take time off. So that's when we spend most of our energy. But then we get those Mondays and Tuesdays, you know, that we get to go to those places that are virtually deserted, you know, the beaches, the mountains, the lakes, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of that big key to life called counter-commuting. We want to be going one way when everybody else is going the other.
You know, you touched on the growing up in town and the community aspect. And
Sure.
Was that something that evolved, or was that just something that this is what we do? This is part of our culture at Hannigans.
I think that's natural. It just comes naturally to, well, especially like Chris is talking about his mother. And they've kind of instilled that into us, and I think our family, part of the things in town, work out well. The different chambers working good. The Chamber of Commerce works out well. The different Lions Club, the Rotary Club. It's just fun to be all part of all of that, and it makes it fun. We're proud to be part of it.
Yeah, and in respect to what you're mentioning as far as the Thanksgiving dinners, the soup kitchens, the various service clubs and the ball teams, up and down the list goes on. But, you know, sometimes you just got to do these things to keep your halo off a tilt, you know. It can get bent a little bit from time to time. Lord knows we've slowed down quite a bit, but it used to be a pretty good run in our younger days.
Oh, I think you got a pretty good run going right now. I think so. This is the lovely Mos Benson Dawson, who is Chris Benson's mom, and she is 93 years old and works at CB Hannegans. Every Friday, I'm told, you're here. What do you do?
I'm the assistant to the busboy. I'm really good. I may have found my true calling.
There was something one time about you getting into nooks and crannies with a toothbrush to clean.
Oh, there is that, but don't tell.
Oh, really? Now, you've waited on me before.
Yes.
And so do you just do whatever needs to be done?
Yes. I'm like Garrison Keeler. I look at what needs to be done and do it.
Wow. Do you enjoy coming here?
Oh, it's my best part of the week. I like it very much. You get to see people. Some people come in just to see me and raise their brows and say, "Is everything okay?" Wondering if I need the work. But for the most part, it's just recreation. I get to see all these nifty people who come in here.
Now, you are always perfectly coiffed and perfectly dressed. You always have the most beautiful clothes on. And when you come out, you're making a statement. I'm Mos.
Did you know that, Christopher?
Wow. If you're only as pretty as you feel, you must be feeling pretty good.
All right.
Now, I want to know, on the menu, there is Moses egg salad. Is there some secret to that egg salad that makes
Has
it so
a
good?
secret ingredient, but I'll reveal it. It's celery seed. Put celery seed in your egg salad. Adds a touch that is mysterious to egg salad.
Now, Chris tells me that you cook for vast amounts of people when you cook. Do you still cook a lot for the family at Thanksgiving or Christmas or any of those holidays?
Don't cook at all. Don't miss it a bit. I've cooked for 50 years. I've been there, done that. I live at the Meadows, and food service is there. When people come to dine with me, they dine on the Meadows menu. And the Meadows is marvelous. It's mellow at the Meadows.
Well, you know, what do you think of Hannegans? I mean, from the standpoint of, yeah, you're proud your son has done well and all of that, but, you know, as just a place to see and be seen.
Well, it's not, there is that, but it's like coming home, a home away from home. So many people come here that by now it's a gathering place with thoughtful people and people ready to have a good time, people ready to exchange information about their kids and their grandkids.
Hi again, this is Evelyn Germino, who in 2013, by the way, was named Best Waitress in Los Gatos. And she is a great waitress. She's always smiling. She's always happy. How do you do that all the time?
Because I love it. Because I love people.
Yeah.
And I love this place. It's like one big family. It's wonderful.
Well, now, you're from Ireland and you're working in an Irish pub. How does this pub compare with the real thing in Ireland?
It's really similar. I mean, you feel like you're walking into an Irish pub. It's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In what ways are they similar?
Well, it looks like an Irish pub structurally. And the friendliness and the owners. It's just wonderful. I love this place. I've worked here for a long time.
How long have you worked here?
About 26 years.
Now, very few people know this, though. There was a while back where Abby quit for about a month. I think she went to work for a construction company. And one day she was gone and one day she was back. What's that all about?
Made a mistake. I wasn't too into the high-tech construction company and missed this place, and I came calling back to Chris Benson going, I want to come back. My happiness is more important than making the big bucks.
Well, but you have a great life. She met her husband here. Now, if that doesn't say something about...
Actually, I met my husband at Johnny and Patty's wedding.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, Patty had dance cards for all the females at the wedding, and a gentleman would have to come up and ask for your dance card, and he'd sign it, and my husband asked for my dance card and wrote Fred, 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 Fred all down one side, and then flipped it over and made new lines on the back side and wrote Fred, 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 Fred. So I guess I had to have a dance with him, and then it was history after that.
Oh, after that. You still have a little bit of an Irish brogue.
Wee bit.
Wee bit. So are these guys good bosses? Obviously they must be, or you wouldn't be here for 26
No,
years.
they're horrible. No, just kidding. They're wonderful. They're like my family, like I said earlier. They could be my brothers.
What do you think it is about Hannigans that makes it so popular? And one of the things I've noticed over the years is that people will go away, kids will go away, and they'll go off to college, and then they go off and get a job in Georgia, and then they come back to visit, and the first place they come is CB Hannigans. Why do you think that is?
I think we make everybody feel so comfortable in here, and they feel like they're part of the extended family. We know everybody by name, and like it's been said before, it's like a Cheers. It's just, we're all just one big, I mean, plenty of female friends that are happy to come in here by themselves because they feel comfortable. That's, there's not a lot of places you can go as a single woman and feel comfortable. But this place has that knack.
So this is Max Benson, Chris's son, chef extraordinaire, who came back here about a year and a half ago after a stint in Seattle.
Actually in Portland. Yeah, took a little sabbatical and decided to escape the restaurant here and get some outside experience. I went to Portland, which is a thriving food and beverage community up there, so it was nice to get out and get some new experiences. Yeah. So
But you had to come back home.
always had to come back home. Yeah, this is where the heart is, and this is where my family is, and my pride and loyalty is. Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm curious, what was it like to grow up in CB Hannigans?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, my family is very gregarious, and being in a very exciting atmosphere all the time was a lot of fun. There's always lots of other families and kids around, and my earliest memories are building, putting together multiple straws and seeing how far away I could get the Coca-Cola through a straw. And back in our original entryway, we always had a big awning with kind of like a monkey bar situation, and so it was a playground up here, and it was lots of fun, friendly people around.
That's one of the things when you talk to old timers. They always say, gee, we used to come there after Little League games. We used to come after soccer games. And when my kids were growing up, we were always here. And so it always seems to have a very family-oriented environment, even though it's quote-unquote a pub.
That's very true. Yeah, and I think that's what I and many people love about this place, is that it's welcoming to everyone. Whether you're getting off of work, or it's the end of the ball game, or your family has a child that's having a birthday party. It's welcoming to all celebrations and ages, which is a great thing. Yeah.
Now, a while back, you redid the menu when you first arrived back in town. How did you lay that out? What were your thoughts? Because it seems to me the menu previously was very extensive and it had everything imaginable on it.
Yeah. Well, I think I kind of redesigned it, keeping in mind of the old staples, the classics that we're known for, but at the same time, I kind of approached it with a cook's perspective and more of an execution standpoint, and trying to, pare down less is more kind of mentality, and just trying to focus on the things that we're known for and introduce more daily specials versus having sort of an enormous menu to try and tackle. So always thinking kind of a little bit pared down, and just focus on what's fresh and keep the things moving quickly that we're known for. Yeah.
Because we're back here in the kitchen and it's pretty warm back here, and you get a couple of people going, might be difficult to whip up 30 different items.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And we try and keep a small, tight-knit crew here, and we don't want to try and get too many bodies back here, like you said. And we also have a large catering business, which we need to facilitate at the same time of running a busy restaurant here too. So it's a matter of just execution and doing things right, in my opinion. Yeah.
What is the most popular item on the menu?
It's definitely the old bar favorites. Our burgers are a definite hit. Chicken wings, of course. I'm happy to say that a lot of the stuff that I put on this daily specials menu is usually pretty popular too. But yeah, burgers, the old Irish favorites, shepherd's pie, Guinness lamb stew, those like sturdy comfort foods that people know and love that we've established here.
Do you think that focus on comfort food is partly what makes Hannigans popular? Do you think that has a lot
Absolutely.
to do with it?
I think having an unpretentious house like ours in here, where people can come casually and dine and still get very well crafted food at a reasonable price, is kind of our whole mainstay and our whole goal. So yeah, I think that's the deal. Yeah.
Now, we touched on a couple of things with your dad and Johnny, and one of them was the community environment. And one of the the things your dad said was, oh, for that Thanksgiving dinner at the rec center, we'll be up at the crack of dawn and cooking turkeys and everything. I mean,
That's a great example of the community effort, not only on our side. Like, we have so many friends that are involved in the community, and anytime we're doing something like that, we get people coming out of the woodwork just to help us achieve those things. So they know it takes a lot of extra work on top of everything else we do. And so we get volunteers, you know, like George Shannon and other people from Lions Club. All those guys come down and help us too. And yeah, it's not very taxing. It's, you know, it's something that we enjoy doing, and it's, you know, it's something we ought to do as being part of the community.
To Johnny and Chris.
Johnny and Chris.
Here's to you guys.
Here's to you.
Here's to you.